When did you first see a panto?
When did I first see a panto? I think I was about 8 years old. My uncle was a backing singer and he was in a panto at the Golders Green Hippodrome. So I went along to watch. Then he was in Cinderella at the London Palladium with Norman Wisdom, who was an absolutely legendary comedian, and I think that show made a big impression on me.
Have you ever been in a panto?
I have, yes. Just once. I played Prince Abdul in Aladdin at the Mount View Theatre in North London. No photos exist, luckily. The director was an old friend of mine called Forbes Collins, who went on to star in a kids' TV show called Maid Marian and Her Merry Men. Remember that? I went to see Forbes in loads of pantos over the years, and he always played the baddie in huge venues like the Bristol Hippodrome. I remember one panto with Little and Large as the comedy duo and the boxer Frank Bruno playing Robin Hood.
Why did you start writing pantos?
Well, I'd always wanted to try and write a script for a panto, and about 3 years ago I was watching my daughter in a panto at the Library Theatre in Luton, and I thought, now's the time. And I picked my favourite panto, which is Aladdin, and I decided to give it a bit of a fresh spin by making the baddie a pirate, because kids love pirates, don't they, thanks to Johnny Depp. And I wrote it not knowing if anyone would ever actually put it on.
How did you get that script produced?
Well, I was lucky enough to find a publisher called Spotlight Publications, and Aladdin and the Pirates was produced that Christmas at a venue called the Trinity Centre in North Yorkshire. So the following year I decided to write 2 more pantos, Cinderella and the Crystal Slipper, and a new version of Jack and the Beanstalk. And I'm pleased to say that all those pantos, as well as Aladdin, have now been produced all over the UK.
So are you hooked on writing pantos now?
Hooked, I think so, yes. This year I've added The Adventures of Dick Whittington, The Magical Tale of Sleeping Beauty, and a new panto version of A Christmas Carol called Mr. Scrooge. Meanwhile, Aladdin and the Pirates has just completed its 8th production, including an amazing production in Vancouver, in Canada.
How would you describe a Brian Luff panto?
All my panto scripts are written for big casts with lots of parts for the kids and not too many scene changes, so they can be performed in smaller venues by companies with limited resources. And I love words. I use a lot of fast patter and rhyme and alliteration and long, silly lists of things.
The Viscount's vanilla and violet vest, the Kaiser's Kenyan copper and khaki trousers, the Sultan's turpentine and terracotta tailcoat, the Archduke's zoot suit, the Caliph's crimson coral caftan, the Countess Louise's turquoise chemise and her denim dungarees, the Prince of the Bahamas' pink pajamas, and the Emperor's rotund red cummerbund.
I really hope people enjoy my panto scripts and get as much pleasure from them as I used to get from pantos when I was a kid. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really must disappear.